From the Kodak Theater at Hollywood and Highland, it's the 86th Annual Academy Awards.
Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock. Love her.
How does she stay so skinny?
You're asking me? I choose to live my life.
Oh, Matthew McConaughey. Oh my God, I love this guy. He lost so much weight in that movie. He is totally gonna win an Oscar tonight. Totally.
Oh, yeah. And Kate Blanchett because she lost her mind in that Woody Allen movie.
Yeah.
Lose weight, lose your mind, win an Oscar.
Lose weight, lose your mind, you win an Oscar. Absolutely. They should write more parts like that for Latinos, like Luis Antonio Ramos.
Who's Luis Antonio Ramos?
Ramos. It's like ruffles have ridges.
Ramos.
I'm sorry I taught you that right now. You don't know who Luis Antonio Ramos is?
What's he been in?
He was on that show for HBO, the one where they were trying to sell jeans, or Rasta Monster. It was called How to Make It in America.
Oh, yeah, I heard of that. But I never saw it.
What else?
Oh, he was just on that show for ABC, the one that Spielberg produced, Lucky 7.
Steven Spielberg doesn't do television.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. It was about all these gas station attendants, and they all put their dollar in, and then they all won the lottery, except for Luis Antonio Ramos, of course, because he had to buy his wife a toaster that day.
Toasters are expensive.
Eat your ice cream.
I got nothing. What else has he been in?
All right. He had a one-man show off Broadway.
John Leguizamo.
But that guy is really funny, and they really should have hired him for Saturday Night Live. That would have been a great idea.
You did not just say SNL. You did not hear SNL. You did not hear SNL. Focus. Hello. Focus. Ramos. Luis Antonio Ramos. What else has he been in?
All right. He was in Mart.
Ooh. What did he play?
With Martin Lawrence?
Yes.
And he played the building manager?
Yes.
And then he got married to Pam. Yes.
Oh. You're talking about the guy who was in Sea of Love with Al Pacino.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a way better reference.
Oh,
all right.
God. Thank
Martin.
God. I thought I was going crazy for a minute there.
Al Pacino, now that is one really great Latino actor. Chiche, get the yayo.
Get the yayo.
Get the yayo.
Say hello to my little friend. I can't do it. He's so good.
Al Pacino is Italian.
He is? Italian? Is he just doing an accent?
You know what? Let's just watch the Oscars,
Oh
okay?
my God! Another Italian took a job from a Spanish person. I'm sorry. Right.
I don't feel good.
Just know that they should write more parts like that for Latinos, okay? Parts where you can lose your weight or lose your mind. That's how you win an Oscar.
I know, not for nothing, but who thinks like you?
Luis, mijo, are you watching the Oscars? Did you see that Matthew McConaughey and all that weight he lost? Y esa Kate Blanchett está completamente loca. Mijo, but when you gonna get them to write a part like that for you?
Titi Loca, what part? What are you talking about?
But what do you mean, what part? Well, a part where you lose weight, you lose your mind, you win an Oscar.
Not for nothing. But who thinks like you?
Matthew McConaughey 睇佢幾瘦 ，Kate Blanchett 佢做得幾好，佢應該寫劇本俾 Jackie Chan。Jackie Chan 又可以減肥 ，Jackie Chan 又可以扮傻，Jackie Chan 實會贏 Oscar 獎。
唔係咁講㗎，唔係好似個個你咁諗法嘅，OK？
Hi, welcome to Entre Nosotros on CCP TV, the educational channel of Community College Philadelphia. I'm your host, Gilberto Gonzalez. My guest today is Edna Benavides. Welcome, Edna.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank
Bienvenido. So, first, let's start with, how did you come to the Montgomery County, Delaware Valley area? Where did you come from?
Okay. I'm from Colombia. My husband and I decided to came to live in USA in 2005. and all the time we're living in Montgomery County. So, but obviously connecting with Philadelphia also.
So you visit us.
I visit Philadelphia also.
Tell me a little bit about, like, was there, when you guys came here, it was about 9 years?
In July it's gonna be 9 years,
Right.
and we have a 7-year-old son.
Oh, you have a 7-year-old?
Yes.
Okay.
His name is Wandy. He was born here in USA, and he expects to go back to Colombia and know all the rest of the family and live there.
So has he been to Colombia yet? Or
Not
no? This will
yet.
be his first time?
Not yet, because my husband and I got political asylum. That was the reason, because we came here to live in USA, so we didn't go back to Colombia yet.
So when you came to this country, was there the culture? There's living in Colombia, and then there's living in this country. Was there conflict? Was there adjustment?
Okay, obviously we had adjustment process is completely different, especially the area that we decide to live in is Lansdale. Is very quiet, is very suburbs there. So in the city that we live in Colombia are very moving around, is metropolis, so it's very different. But we love where we live. We
So
really love.
what part of Colombia?
My husband is from Bogota, and I'm from Cali.
And those are big cities?
Yes, Bogota actually is the capital, and Cali is the third city in
Is this
Colombia.
the largest city?
The third largest city in Colombia.
And what's the second?
Medellin.
Medellin. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you came to this country, did you ever go through any kind of discrimination?
Thanks God, never. We heard a lot about that issue, but personally, never. Never we feel some discrimination. Just maybe sometimes when you go any office and the people notice your accent, maybe they change to be more serious, but not really something serious or that affect me a lot. But I know a lot of people have problems or situations that have to deal with discrimination. But I think we need to learn to live with that. We are visiting other country, so the people doesn't know how we live, how we think. Actually, the reactions are different in culture, in terms of culture also. As a Latin, we are very friendly, we are very contact with the people. In here, obviously not. So we need to learn and respect the culture and the people living here also.
Well, that's pretty cool, because a lot of people come to this country, Latinos, African Americans, whomever. They always come and they say, boom, discrimination right away. Oh, this discrimination, and that is discrimination is there. It's real and it happens. It's happened to me. But then there's sometimes where
It's culture.
where it just doesn't happen. I mean,
Exactly.
you land in a place like Lansdowne. I'm not too familiar with Lansdowne, but it seems like the people there were pretty cool and they were very open.
Yes, it is. And let me give you one example, Gilberto. And the Koreans, they are maybe Japanese or Chinese people. The young people never look the older people at the eyes directly, right? It's their culture. Maybe if we find any little child and why you didn't look at me, it's because it's their culture. So we need to learn that every country country have different cultures. So we need to learn a little bit about not just about language. We need to learn about culture, and culture is that how the people say hi, how the people say bye, or how the people sit at the table, different things.
So tell me a little bit more about, you said you have political asylum. Tell me a little bit about what happened there and why, because I know some Colombians come maybe looking for work, maybe for other, but I to be honest, I've never heard of Colombians with political asylum?
Okay. My husband and I, we were kidnapped for 2 months. Wow. Yes, unfortunately. I was working with young people that was involving in drugs. So we have a group of friends and we help them every Saturday. Community, trying to help the community through that young people. But the guerrilla start sending us treats. So with the time the kidnap happened, so we decide, when we recover our freedom, we decide to come to live in USA. And thanks God we get a political asylum. And we are so glad to live here. We really love USA.
Cool, but you also, like, I think that's unfortunate that happened in Colombia, but I think people have to understand too that Colombia is a beautiful country, and there's really, actually, I mean, you hear of a lot of stuff happening in Philadelphia and New York, but Colombia is just like, you know, it's a beautiful place.
It's a beautiful place, nice people, and I think around the world the conflict exists. So unfortunately, it's more the good than the bad things. Maybe as humans we intend to do more emphasis on the bad than in the good. So some people decide to work to show the good, as Edna with Drops of Love International.
No, that's awesome segue to Drops of Love.
Yes.
Tell me, what is Drops of Love?
Okay. After my son was born here, I decided to do something for my community here in Montgomery County, where we live, and also still try to help children in Colombia affected by that social violence. So, but I say, okay, we have to do something here in order to help them over there. So we create Drops of Love. I have the support of my wonderful husband, Carlos Benavides, and my son, even he's very young, he understands why we create Drops of Love, because it's very important to have the family support because it's so many time involved creating the idea, the project, get the documentation ready to be legal. So we decided to create it and teach Spanish here.
So the teaching Spanish, is that you're teaching Spanish to Spanish speakers, English speakers, or?
We teach Spanish for everybody who want to learn Spanish. Americans, Latinos. Some Latino families have issue with the little ones because they don't want to speak Spanish, just English. But they need to learn not just about the language, that is our culture. Is a plus to be able to tell different language. So I invite the Latin families that have little ones or to spend more time with the children speaking in Spanish.
Well, I want to thank you for that, because one of the things that has always, you know, like has impacted me here is that we've always, Latinos, we're not thought of as we're part of this city, we're not part of this country. We're kind of treated a little bit like we're still, even Puerto Ricanos, you know, I'm Puerto Rican, we're treated like we're not really part of this country or never have been. But that's the opposite. I mean, we've been here since the very beginning of this country. Latinos have been here contributing, and the language is part of who we are. And sharing that with non-Latinos is just incredible.
Yes, it is. And the answer has been amazing. And especially when you go out the stores, the different offices, and you saw the signs on English and Spanish. So I say, wow, is any reason then they decide to put the signs on English and Spanish? So you go different stores around in the community and you see that. So I say, okay, we are doing good.
Wow. So do you feel that non-Latinos are very welcome to learning the language and learning the culture? Like, how are the children? Do they enjoy it? Do they have fun?
About the process that Drops of Love used to teach?
Yeah,
Or
uses to teach.
Oh,
yes.
yes. As Latinos, we need to keep being happy, being very connecting with the people, and obviously the children and parents will enjoy the process. The process involves not just paper and pencils and colors. It involves dance, involves music, involves craft. Actually, gastronomic will be involved in the learning process.
Wow. Wow. So it just covers so many things.
Everything. So
even dance. So what?
Even
Tell me
dance.
a tip. Tell me a dance from Colombia. What's one that?
Okay. We want to show the folklore through different dance than we have. Folklore dance.
Like I know there's cumbia. Bambuco.
Cumbia.
Cumbia.
San Juanero.
San Juanero. Cool. See, I've never heard of that. I know I've heard of cumbia.
Yeah, cumbia is the most popular.
Because it's kind
with salsa.
Es como salsa, right? It has a little bit more of a hop to it, but me gusta mucho la cumbia.
Sí.
I'm talking Spanish. I love cumbia dance very much.
Yes, it is, and it's very it's elegant because the woman use a huge skirts, and they move with very elegance. So.
And so the children,
nice.
Do the parents see the children taking part in the classes, and how do the parents feel?
Amazing. They really love participating with their children. Actually, we expect to present at the end of the year the first bilingual performance with the children that had been learning Spanish on Focus on the Future.
And then with Drops of Love, there's Focus on the Future, and then there's more to it.
Yes. Is 2 more programs. The other one is Vive lo Nuestro. Lo Nuestro es Colombia. Through that project, we want to show different other things that we have in Colombia as the artisans' craft. Then I decided to show thumb to show you have one. Exactly.
Colombia, yeah.
So I think it was a good idea, a good opportunity to bring some little craft to show
just
to
real
the
quick.
people.
Tell I would love people to know about what.
This one.
Yeah.
La
you can
Chiva.
pick it up. Yeah, pick it up a little bit.
Okay.
You just pick it. I don't want to. Here, just hold it right there. Okay. Right there in front of you. Yeah. La Chiva.
La Chiva.
Now there is one of these in Philadelphia.
Oh yeah. Now, obviously, Latin people thinking about business. So La Chiva is the transportation that the farmers use in Colombia to go to the farms, to the large cities or big cities to sell their products. So that's why you see at the top of the La Chiva, bananas, café, plátanos, and the people eating. So
that's so cute.
yeah. So now the people use the La Chiva to just have fun.
So now, so they're learning about the culture, the artists. Now, the artists, is there an organization in Colombia that helps artists become part of the economy of Colombia, or is there such a thing?
It is. It's taking a huge importance, the artisan crafts, and Colombian government create Artesanías de Colombia, that through that agency they support artisans to sell their products to export the products to other countries, not just USA but more.
But they will export those the crafts. They will export them to Lansdale, Philadelphia area. You're gonna have showings.
You didn't see any Colombian craft in Lansdale yet. We will bring it, but here in Philadelphia you found it.
Yeah.
Obviously, we have designers here in Philadelphia, Colombian designers.
Right.
So it's more easy here in the big cities, but maybe on the suburbs not yet. But through Drops of Love, they will know it.
Right. And then what's the third part?
Okay, the third part of the third project is Love Food Education. That is the children in Colombia that we have affected by social violence. We help them going, as I explained you at the beginning, we help them to go back to school. So we have 3 projects that they are connecting each other. That is Focus on the Future. That is a program we use to teach Spanish. Vive lo Nuestro, Colombia es lo Nuestro. We want to show artisan crafts and the diversity in gastronomic that we have in Colombia.
Right.
So everybody will talk a lot about us in the short future.
Cool. Cool. And then the third is?
And the third
is Love, Food, and Education.
Yes.
And you mentioned that a little bit. Now tell me about the children in Colombia that this impacts.
The reason because Drops of Love exists is the children in Colombia. We think we need to share, even it's a little bit, the amount of children is not too much. We have just 15 at right now, but we serve them with love. We serve them with breakfast, school supplies. We monitor them to see, okay, you're attending the school, okay. It's a commitment with the children and their parents to stay in the program
and
attend the school.
What are these orphans, or are these children in what violence, like what? Explain to me about where.
Okay, those children are from families affected by the social violence. The families have to leave the farms and came to live to the city because the guerrillas doesn't did their bad things on the city. They go to the
countryside, to the rural areas.
The rural areas, exactly, because it's the most vulnerable people over there.
Wow.
So they take advantage of them.
So that they take advantage of them, and the families leave their farms.
Yes.
And some are orphans, or no?
Some of them, yes, because the guerrilla killed their parents. So I just have 3 that doesn't have parents. The other ones have parents. But even that, they are facing huge difficulties to start working in the city. They doesn't know how to work in the cities. They work the land. So they need support also.
So when they come to what city are they coming to? Any city or one in particular? Like
different cities, different
cities. And who do they contact, and like how do they get?
Okay, I have a person that is a community leader there. That is Alba Rivera. She helping me choosing the children to be part of our program, and she's helping me a lot with them. She's the person in charge for the children in Colombia, and I expect to know them very soon.
Okay, so have you communicated with some of these children or families at all?
Yes, obviously. Thanks to the technology we have today, Skype and Facebook, sometimes they send me letters. So yes, that's why we communicate with them.
That would be so cool to Skype with the families and children in Colombia.
Yeah, we get the computer donation, so we set up the computer there. With the time we get the TV to allow them. They never go to the theater, to the movie theater.
Oh, wow.
Not yet, but unless they watch movies, we get the TV for them.
One of the things that's really amazing about you is that you've been here about 9 years, and you founded a nonprofit organization. And how did this happen? I mean, like, because it's not an easy thing. I mean, doing this, there's so much that you have to do. There's so much that you have to consider. Like, how did this happen?
Okay. Thanks God, because I have a wonderful family. First of all, I have a wonderful husband. I have an amazing child. So they support me a lot with my dream, with my passion for the create drops of love. Especially my little son, Juandi, he really knows why we create drops of love. He knows we help children in Colombia. He knows that we want to teach Spanish here. He knows that we want to share our culture, that is his culture also. So he's already bilingual and bicultural. So we need to share that with the community. But it was important to have everything under the law.
Right.
So we create a nonprofit. We get the 501c3 on December last year. So we are so proud.
Wow,
I never imagined to
congratulations.
get so many things in a short period of time. But I think God is being good with us also.
Yeah, no, congratulations to you,
Thank you.
your son, your husband, who's
Thank you.
sitting out there. You're awesome, dude. Thank you, gracias. You know, it's amazing work that you guys are doing. Yeah. That's all the time we have today. I would like to thank my guest, Edna Benavides, for joining me, and I would like to thank you for tuning in. You have been watching Entre Nosotros on CCP TV, the educational channel of community college. I would like to leave you with these great photos of drops of love.